Up, Chuckle Fox? It's Two Brothers Sports Podcast presented by RambleOnSports.com. We have Max and I, the two fucking brothers, here on a Tuesday night recording for you all on a Wednesday because it's June 26th, and we have a jam-packed week and weekend. So we are coming at you on a Tuesday night, and so we are going to talk Rocket Mortgage Classic. We are going to talk Euros, Copa America, UFC 303. Max has tons of picks there. We've got the NBA draft preview. And then also, Max, Panthers are the Stanley Cup champions. Crazy game 7. So we'll dive into that real quick. And then we're going to just glide over it later. But Scotty Scheffler just keeps fucking winning. So we are going to take advantage of a Scotty Liss, Rocket Mortgage group and pool. So we're going to have some great picks for you. But Max, it's just you and me. We're going to rock it this week. See if Sean has a couple picks in here. I know he's got one he sent in right towards the end, but it's just you and me, just the two brothers, and just thoughts on Game 7 on Monday night. Got to give the hats off, but I know you are more of our puck head, you and Sean. So thoughts on Game 7 and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, very crazy series. I mean, three straight for both teams. And then getting here down in Florida, we knew it was going to be a nut house, and it sure was. Crowd was fucking awesome. Game was fucking awesome. First period, I was like, holy shit, this might be like a 5-6 game. Settled down a little bit. Boys started playing some real tough hockey. Only finished at 2-1 in favor of the Panthers. You know, one thing is Oilers, that first line, McDavid, Draisaitl, fucking Hyman, they were all out there for way too long. The last 10 minutes of the game, it seemed like they were out there, which you need to save it for the last 2 to 3 minutes. And you saw in those last 2 to 3 minutes that they were gassed. So that was an unfortunate ending. I was really hoping for a little overtime just to get some more excitement going. But fucking fantastic game. Panthers are a hell of a team. Got to see them last year down in Raleigh. So they came up short last year, came right back and won the bitch in Game 7. So I think Oilers will be back. You know, it's kind of these teams that get there and don't succeed. Other than the San Jose Sharks, they always will come back in the next 3 years and win one. So definitely keep an eye out for them. I love it. I just loved last comment. All the Twitter, everyone was talking about the game, which is hilarious. And I saw a meme that it describes it well. It's the SpongeBob at like the stand, his little Krabby Patty stand or whatever, like in front of his house. Yep. There's no one there, and then next thing you know, there's the whole fucking city for Game 7. So it was funny.
Yep. Oh yeah.
That's how it felt, and it was good though. I mean, people first time watching hockey watch that game, and hopefully that caught on. Yeah.
If what did I say? Like if you're to try and get someone into the sport of hockey, that's the game that you show them, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And also, apologies to any Sharks fans because Max is just out here just throwing strays at the Sharks. But yeah, no, overall, Panthers, incredible environment. I forget at what point it was. I guess it was when they went up 2-1 in the second period. You could like feel it through the TV. Like you could feel how loud it was in there and just the home crowd. And that's such a big thing in hockey. I feel like, and I'd love to see some kind of statistical analysis on it, but I'd love to see like what sport is, and there probably is. I'll see if I can look it up while we're talking. But what sport has the biggest home field advantage? Like who does that like? Is it college football, college basketball?
Factor in like how big of a factor and all that.
Yeah, exactly. How big of a factor is that for each sport? So I'd be interested, but I bet you hockey's up there with the college sports. College sports, obviously, because it's younger. It's kids, and it's easier to get those guys rattled when you're at that age when they're different than professionals. But hockey is like up in your shit, and you got the You got the glass, bouncing. You're seeing it wiggle like this and shit. You're just like,
I,
oh my God.
I would definitely say you made a good comment, but yeah, like out of pro sports, hockey fans are definitely the loudest.
Yep, totally. I would agree with that. I think that's probably the bigger advantage. I mean, NBA, you don't see it. Yeah, it's an advantage some places, but I feel like hockey is a huge thing. And yeah, as the Oilers better as we both were going into the series, that was a tough one to watch and frustrating towards the end. So many good chances, so many misses. I
Yeah,
think a post in the first period, I think it was, or early second. I can't remember. It was somewhere around
I
there.
mean, almost had one. It was just that end of second and third period. There's so many chances for them, like little bounce outs for easy tap in, and McDavid pulling it back, trying to get it around Bobrovsky.
Yep.
Um, just just missed opportunities that they couldn't seize on. Uh,
Seriously, it was like there was like a 10-minute period in the game where I mean not 10 hockey minutes, but 10 actual minutes where I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, I forgot that the Panthers could even be on offense. I don't even think they got past the halfway point. Like I was like, dude, it was all in Edmonton. Every time they would try and get it out, they would just bring it right back down. And I'm just like, Jesus, like someone's got to give. And then they counter with was it Reinhardt's wrister on the right off the right side on a counter. It
yeah.
was like it was
So,
like Oilers had it. It was about to go in, and then Panthers counter, and it's 2-1, and the whole game just turns on its head. So that's why you fucking love hockey playoffs. Like, I don't care what anyone says. I don't know shit about hockey, but man, give me a hockey playoff game over most playoff games just on a day-to-day basis. Other than football, it's probably my favorite. So yeah, great game seven, great series. And I like Kachuk too. I like Kachuk and
yeah,
those. It's
definitely.
weird with the Florida team winning the Stanley Cup. Just because like you said, Max, in game seven, when they're at home, they get all these people, but when they're not, they're at the beach doing their own thing. They're at football, Miami. Oh, just whatever kind of dumb shit you can get into in Miami. So
Yeah,
love it. Love it. Sweet, man. Well, then the other kind of weekend event, we had Scotty winning the Travelers, playoff with Tom Kim. Really great tournament, honestly. Very opposite of Pinehurst, where you've got a lot of guys shooting low or shooting high, I guess. Um, you know, not what was it, -8, -9 won it for DeChambeau, and we've got, Scheffler and Kim at 22 under going into the playoff. Scheffler just plays a little bit better on that hole, but overall, Tom Kim basically led until the final day and the very end of the final day. And so he had a great tournament, but Scheffler just continues to be Scheffler. And that's about all I have. There's some other guys to hit on, but yeah, thoughts on that?
yeah. No, just poor Tom Kim.
Yeah, right. And the worst part is he's like boys with Scheffler too.
Yeah,
It's like you're like, yeah, you're like one of my best friends, but like also fuck you because I mean, granted, he's still netting like 2.2 million. Scotty got 3.6, but I mean 1.4 is a fat difference for Tom Kim versus Scotty Scheffler the way he's been playing.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Scotty will make that up like tomorrow in a sponsorship, but in a Gerber baby sponsorship. I mean, because you gotta be holding the baby and shit. I mean, do it now.
I see. I saw Scotty Scheffler has more wins than the Panthers and Bears since like January of 22, I want to say. Might have been 23, but I feel like I saw 22.
Oh, including last year, you're saying, or just this year? He's only got 6 wins.
Yeah, I say yeah, probably.
Oh, sorry.
It was probably January of 22.
Damn. Now I guess that would make sense. A 23 to 24 season.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that would, right? Because y'all won four, and then it was two for
yeah,
damn shit. Well, guess what? You won more games than the Panthers, and you still got Caleb Williams and Roma Doomsday, so you can fuck right off. I know I'm a spoiled bitch too. You don't gotta say it. All right, sweet. Well, you want to get into this week and weekend, Max? Because we've got a lot to catch up on there. I mean, great overall weekend, but we're here to give you guys picks. And I say, Max, let's keep the golf train running. Got the Rocket Mortgage Classic at the Detroit Golf Club in Detroit, Michigan. Winner last year was Fowler after a long-awaited win. It's been a long time since he had won before that point. So he is going to be back in the field. Just a couple quick notes overall on the tournament. Usually this is Sean's kind of piece, but since he's not here, I'm going to do my best Sean impression. Give you a little course history and total background here. But yeah, so Fowler won last year. They've done some renovations since 2018, not since the last year that Fowler won, but last 4 of 5 tournaments, the final score for the winner has been 23 under par or better. So it is going to be a higher scoring, similar to last weekend at the Travelers. A couple just quick little highlights. We've got Neil Shipley, amateur who made the cut in both the Masters and the US Open. Shout out JMU. Good little golfer. He is got this 15-year-old Miles Russell, lefty. Kid is from, I think he's from Ohio. He's going to be in the tournament this weekend. So kid is 15 years old. I was trying to find some betting lines just to see what was up. And then just to give you a little bit of background, this course is going to be rewarding towards guys who great driving distance, but what it's really going to cater to is guys who are good with the wet. Be able to put it in, like a DeChambeau out kind of situations and or shorter on par 4. So like you're going to see a lot of that, but what's going to be key is who's bringing pretty crucial in terms of taking advantage of. So, if you can see a guy or two get a boat, not a bogey, Eagles there, that is going to play into it. But yeah, that's just kind of general background. It's Kentucky bluegrass rough, and then it's as it has been on the East Coast and kind of middle of the country. It's bent grass and poa greens. And so yeah, overall gonna be catering to those kind of guys. But yeah, Max, I mean, anything else you're looking forward to? Any kind of storylines you're looking at before we get into the picks?
No, I think I'm ready. I like the Rocket Mortgage. I always feel like it's a solid, fun tournament. Always a good weekend. I always do pretty well.
You do have some of that. Um, so you don't have Scheffler, you don't have Morikawa, Schauffele, Cantlay. I mean, honestly, a ton of dudes here that you don't have. So one, it's a little bit harder because it is kind of a crapshoot, but at the same time, it is nice to be able to do bets, and I think everyone's kind of talked about it, and we've been doing this the last couple of weeks where we've just been doing our winners without Scotty Scheffler. One, because the odds are about the same, and two, you could get second place and you have Tom Kim winner without, and you're still able to get really good odds there. So not that case this time around, but yeah, so a lot of guys missing. We do have a cut, and so yeah, overall should be good. Yeah. How do you want to start this, Max? We want to start. I know we start with I've got some others which I guess we can wrap up with. You want to start with the matchups?
Yeah, that works.
Sweet. Well, let me fire off the first matchup, and the reason why is because there's a little context needed. And our beloved Dimplehead Sean, our resident Dimplehead Sean Rosenkrantz, he is not here on the pod this week. He's a corporate sellout, and he's on a company retreat, being a company man. But you know what we got to do, Max? We we got to do our other things so we can pay the bills, so we can do this shit for shits and giggles, and so we can gamble. So that's how it works. So Sean's got to do his thing. No disrespect to him. If I had the same setup, we'd be in the same boat. So, one thing he did say, he loves him some Davis Thompson. And so, Sean, I will text you, but I will call it out on the pod since we're here and it's on recording. I have my guy who I have been all over this week, and I can promise you he's going to come up later in the conversation, Mr. Aaron Rye, the Englishman. Minus 115. He is a coin flip with Davis Thompson, who Sean's pick is for the weekend. We've got a minus 115 coin flip, Sean. I will text you tomorrow and make sure this is locked in, but let's do a wager on the head-to-head matchup between Rye and Thompson. A couple other ones I'll get to later, but got to go with my guy, Rye. I will have him in other spots, but just on a matchup basis, I do like Davis Thompson. He's been playing well, but give me Aaron Rye every day, and I know you want Davis. So we will figure out a little friendly, maybe a red wine at this point, probably a rosé bottle with the time of year it is. So we'll do a little rosé bottle bet. I'll virtually shake. Max, your witness. And once we get confirmation via text from Sean later today, we'll lock that in. But I just want to put that on the pod because we are going head to head. It is a showdown, and I am going Aaron Rye over Davis Thompson. Minus 115. Now, Max, give me your matchup for the weekend.
Well, I'm gonna go from a Davis to another Davis. Well, I'm gonna be fighting the other Davis just like you. Give me Eric Van Rooyen over Cam Davis at minus 120.
Go.
Nothing too in depth about that pick. Van Rooyen's a solid golfer, and I think he can outshoot Cam Davis.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that. That was in one of my options. I was deciding between that and a couple others. Well, this one I picked, and then a Fowler one. But I love that. EVR, I've been playing EVR for a bit, so
Oh, yeah.
I like that a lot. Let's see. Okay, first round leader. Max, where are you going with your first round leader?
I am gonna go. He was just calling my name. I'm gonna go Taylor Pendrith at plus 4,500.
Okay.
Old Canadian lad.
I like that. He got away with murder a couple of months ago on his win at the, I want to say, was it the RBC? No, it wasn't RBC Heritage. I would have to pull it up real quick. I don't have the tournament off the top of my head, but basically he won based on a rim out on a putt, and so was able to clinch that. Been playing very, very solid golf this year. I think he's been top 20 in numerous times. So I love that. Yep. First round leader, and he is capable of doing that. I'm going to go with a guy who shot a 59 last weekend. He is a long ball guy. He is one of the better guys who decided not to take a weekend off. And he is right in that group where I totally understand it because, yeah, it's not going to be a $5 million payout if you win. But guess what? You got to take advantage when you have guys like Scotty Morikawa, Schauffele, Cantlay, Spieth, Justin. Like, you got a lot of those guys out. Great opportunity to make a couple million in a tournament that you can play well at. And that's Cam Young. I think he's capable of having a great first round leader. Max, I think you've heard me play him 2 or 3 other times this year. He's capable of doing it. He's gotten T2 once. He's gotten T10 once. So I like him at a potential plus 3,500. But what I will say, Max, is that I think that this is I think this is a first round where it's going to be tough, where I think that it's going to be multiple guys tied at the top. You're not going to, you get the dead heat. So check your odds before. If you can avoid a dead heat tie, I would try and find those odds for the first round leader. But knowing that we are pretty much exclusively DraftKings at this point, shout outs DraftKings, maybe sponsor us. Emma, give us more free plays on Caesars if you want it. But beside the point,
You can't do that.
oh yeah, she can't do that. Well, no, not like get us free plays. I mean like get us in with Caesars. I will preface that we're not going to get her in trouble, but I mean, not free plays. I wish I could get a free play from her, but she is all up in her compliance shit, so she's not sending that. Um, and Ali, if the one chance you are listening, you're not getting your free play from me, bitch boy from New Orleans bachelor party was trying to get a free play off me at DK once I started hitting the big ones. But anyways, yeah, no, we'll go to Caesars if maybe we can get a little sponsored. But at this point, DK is where it's at. I love the odds. They great same game parlay. I'll just do a quick little ad read, right? But yeah, so Cam Young plus 3,500. I don't like your first round leader bullshit though, DraftKings. I don't like your first round leadership because it's dead heat. So figure out a way to not do dead heat, or at least give us the option. So thank you. Next, let's go T30, Max. Let's go T30. I'm gonna give you mine. Bob McIntyre been playing incredible golf. He won he did what is this RBC Heritage? I need to figure this out. What tournament? Because this RBC Heritage is like rent free in my head. And I don't know why I think that Bob McIntyre won it, but I know Scotty won. So I'm trying to think off the top of my head what tournament Bob McIntyre won. But Bob McIntyre won a couple weekends ago. He's been playing good golf. He's right up in there. I also like him for a first round leader, but he's plus money to go T30 in a field that hasn't had the Scheffler, all that. So I love McIntyre going into that plus 105 at T30. Give me that all day.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was trying to find it.
No, you go, Brett.
My T30 is gonna be Adam Svensson. Just kind of another guy kind of called to me. He's always hanging around there with, well, I was gonna say buddy. I don't know if they're actually buddies, but I feel like I always see a Swedish flag. I'm like, Ludwig. I'm like, oh wait, no, that's Svensson. So give me that. I'm trying to find it. Canadian Open.
For
BC Canadian Open.
for Mackie. Yep.
Yeah.
Also, Max, I have a fun fact for you. Svensson is 90% of the time probably Swedish. You know who's not Swedish? Adam Svensson.
Oh, is he really not?
He's Canadian.
What? I swear.
No, I don't disagree with you. Svensson,
Yeah,
90% of the time is Swedish.
I swear. There's another Swede in there then that.
Oh, Alex Noren, probably.
Well, fuck me.
No, that's hilarious that you said that because I was about to tell you, I was like, you're on this Canadian trend. You did this with the British guys. Now you're on Pendrith and Svensson so far. So I'm interested to see. There's no Corey Connors for you to go T20.
I know. The other two are, I'd say, kind of pod faves, but lighter
Oh
pod.
yeah. We'll have to post it because I feel like I wanna do like a thing and see who's the most common. It's probably Corey Connors, Aaron Rye, and Cam Young.
Yeah, I do a lot of Sahith.
Yeah, we do have a lot of Sahith and Matsuyama. Honestly, we do have a lot of Matsuyama. We could keep listing guys, but I do like this Svensson pick. I actually have a prop that actually it's actually hilarious now looking at it, and I'll get to it later because it includes got three guys that we have already named in a three ball. But I love that Svensson plus you said plus 130 for that.
40, but yeah.
Also, yeah, no, we want that extra beam. Awesome. I love that. Okay, sweet. I'm gonna give you back the snake and you give me your T20.
All right. I'm gonna go good old Minwoo Lee. He's plus 110. This would be kind of the time where you're just like, oh wow, Minwoo is top 10 right now coming into Sunday. That's pretty cool.
No, I like that. He's been playing good golf. Um, he is good on the long drives, but he's also got a nice touch on the approach. So I love that a lot. Um, also in a three ball I will mention later. So I love that. I'm going with the guy who has been, I think he was T9. Let me try and read the stats. Oh, in 2022, he was fifth in the same tournament at the same course. Last year, he went T9. He is plus 140 to go T20 max. He might be a sprinkle for a winner in my book. His name is Steven Yeager. He's also a big handicapper favorite, so I feel like I'm leaning into a lot of what the golf bettors I like to listen to and stuff are going with. But Steven Yeager at plus 140 at T20. Couple guys I liked at T20. You saw the odds. I mean, you could pick pretty much everyone. Tom Kim was minus 125, and he's got the most money on it from a first round. So you could pretty much bet on anyone for T20 within within our realm of minus 140 and better. So I feel like the T30 was actually harder than the T20 this time. But yeah, I like Steven Yeager. He's gonna play real well. I don't know. I like it. I like it. He might even win it. So I'll probably sprinkle him. I think he's plus 2,500 last I checked.
Okay.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Yep. And Max, I will snake it back because I texted you. I texted everyone else. I fucking love this dude. I've been all over him all year. Already named him in my matchup pick over Davis Thompson. I'm standing on business when it comes to this shit because Davis Thompson is a great golfer. Sean is much more of a dimplehead than I am, but I'm standing on business when it comes to Aaron Rodgers. Every time I play this motherfucker, he comes through. He is going to win this tournament at plus 3,000. He's going to go deep into Sunday competing. I think Tom Kim's going to be there. I think Yeager might be there. McIntyre might be there. I hope all my guys are there. But Batia's been playing great golf. He's going to be there. Cam Young's been playing. There's Svensson's been playing great golf. There's a ton of good golfers on this weekend. But give me Aaron Rodgers plus 3,000. Um, I love it, dude. I'll be honest with you, Max. I haven't been confident about a ton of outright winners that we've had. I have not hit one. I don't think any of us have hit one. We've also avoided Scotty Scheffler all six times he's won. So only so much we can do there. But that being said, I haven't felt this confident about an opportunity on this podcast than I do Aaron Rye. And I will go down with the ship if he doesn't make the cut, but I don't think that's the case. I think he's going to have a great first day, and I think he's going to win the whole goddamn thing. So that's my pick. Y'all know I'm doing it. I'm riding with my boy. And Max, give me yours because we need some little less bias up in this motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd say this is pretty much no bias. This is kind of just a lower, well, not lower, less talented, which also seems kind of fucked. But you know what I mean. You know, the big guns aren't really around. So this is where the semi small guns come out, and that's going to be Keith Mitchell at plus 3,000. I think
Love
he
it.
can really
Love it.
come in, like kind of like what you're saying, just keep it steady, keep that top 10 throughout the tourney, and then just Saturday, Sunday, fucking full gun, get up there and win it.
I love it. I like Keith Mitchell a lot. I played him a few times this year, and he's done nothing but good things for me.
He's always a solid first round leader too. So I
Yeah.
hope that he doesn't come out first round because the first round leader never gonna win.
Not so fast, my friend. I have a parlay or a play for you later.
Oh, what happened to Tom Kim?
I don't know, Max. I don't know. Shall we get into some other props that we like? Is there anything else aside from your normal picks that you're looking at? doesn't have to be like official play, but anything that you're looking at that's aside from your main picks, or do you want me to just rattle off a fuckload?
Yeah, I do not. So, all the floor is yours.
Okay. You just say yay or nay. How about that?
Yeah, that works.
A little sprinkly sprinkle. Max, as you know, I am actually very, very solid at first round leaders. I don't win, but the guys I pick are usually in a top 5 to top 10. You have seen me just get my heart broken on a few top fives where I'm like T2, T3s, T4, T5s. So I've started catering to the audience here for some actual value. Instead of assuming that you guys will be like, oh, first round leader is this, let me not do something else. And if you listen enough, hopefully you fade all my matchups because that would have won you $1,000 this year. But that's beside the point. Round one, T10, Ricky Fowler won last year, knows the course, plus 650 to be T10 Friday morning. I love that. I'm going to play that.
I do like. I was even eyeing him to win the whole thing.
Yep, no, I love that too. I'm probably going to look at him maybe in some T20, T10 range just for shits. But yeah, T10 on the first day when he knows that course probably a lot better than some of these younger guys. I could see him being like 5 under and he's like tied for 7th, tied for 6th. Like nothing crazy, but I see him being in the hunt in the first couple of days. Whether he sticks around for those back two, I'm not sure. He'll make the cut and then go from there. But yeah, I love that. Couple 3 balls. So for 3 balls for those listening, it's basically just 3 guys and it's a tournament full wide thing. So it's whoever's got the best score after the weekend. And I encourage, I think 3 balls are great for like the day of, right? So it's like, okay, this group of 3, who's going to be the winner out of the day? So I like those day to day, but I did find 3 balls that I like for the tournament. Max, one you are not going to like, but I love Bob McIntyre plus 155 on a 3 ball, and he's over Svensson and Eric Van Rooyen. And Svensson is plus 170, and Eric Van Rooyen is plus 190. So, Max, great opportunity if you are fading Bob Mackey. Svensson at plus 170, EVR at plus 190. So you can take your pick, but two are your guys, one are mine. So odds are in your favor. Just to
Yeah. Hey, there's still a chance we can all win here.
yeah. I mean, the T20 would be the way we all win, but or T30s. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, but if you don't if you are fading Bob McIntyre, I feel like you're in good. You could pick Svensson or EVR, and I feel like you would at least feel comfortable.
True.
Okay. Mom's like, what's going on with the hotspot? So
I got that notification too.
yeah, well, I think it's because I'm using it. Making sure we at least have a little bit of digital. Yeah. Okay. The other 3 balls. Sorry, Max. Tom Kim plus 160 over Alex Noren, who is plus 175, and Minwoo Lee plus 180. So Tom Kim could be better than T20, and Minwoo Lee could also be T20, and we could all still win.
Perfect.
Perfect. Awesome. And then Max, I'm going to read 2 top 10 finish parlays. So more of sprinkles. So everything I have, the rest of the actually, I have one other pick, but the next 2 are sprinkles, and they're fun parlays. They are not put the house on, and I think you will like both of them. Top 10 finish parlays, one or the other. Tom Kim and Aaron Rye to both finish top 10 plus 1,000. I will personally be putting money on that. The second one, a little bit more fun, but I think also yields good value, is Akshay Bhatia and Ricky Fowler both to beat C10 at plus 1,800.
Shit.
I actually really like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Batia is very due, but at the same time, I like some of the other guys, and I'm scared to play him. But if he wins, I would not be surprised. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just like, damn, I wanted to play him, but like I just had to fade him this weekend.
Yeah.
And then I got one more fun one. Sorry, Max. And this goes to your Tom Kim wire to wire, which he almost did wire to wire, but to lead after round one and to win, which does not mean wire to wire. All he has to do is lead round one and then win the whole thing. And he almost did that this past weekend. And that name is Tom Kim. And if he just wants to go on a fuck you tour, and I don't have to worry about round 2 and 3 on Friday and Saturday, and as long as he leads round one and he wins the whole thing, that's plus 6,500, Max. 65 to 1.
Shit.
I know. That's what I said when I saw it. I would have brought it up if I didn't say that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I fucking love that. And then, Max, I'll go with my last T40, last play. Michael Torbjornsson. He is a Stanford grad. That's the best pronunciation I can do. Apologies, buddy. He's not a sir because he's like fucking 20 years old on the PGA Tour. So he can go fuck himself. I'm jealous. So he won't get a sir from me. But old buddy is nasty. And he's gonna go T40, Max. We're talking T40 out of like I think that's so doable. T40 is very doable. He's plus 105. He finished at the top of the PGA Tour University rankings for this past year. And so he's got a PGA Tour card the remainder of this tour in 24 and all of next year. So essentially he turned pro this month in June. And so plus 105 to go T40. I fucking love it. It's just a fun play. You know, we like our amateurs. And speaking of amateurs, Neil Shipley, T40 is also plus 260. And guess what? The guy played at JMU. So, you know what? I don't even know what to tell you. That's all I got for golf, Max. I gave you guys 100 fucking picks. And if that's not good enough, then you're a spoiled little brat.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
Heard it here first on Two Brothers. So yeah, that's quote all I have for Rocket Mortgage. That was like an hour. I felt like.
It was just about, yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, Max, anything else on golf? Because you get to talk for the next hour on UFC.
I think I'm good, man. Yeah. I mean, we're missing some guys, but still always fun to just chill, especially on a Sunday, just chill and watch that final round. So I'm excited. Make some money.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We'll send the picks out like we normally do. Anything Sean wants to send out that also we know Davis Thompson, so anything Davis Thompson. You know what? For Sean's sake, let me read out Davis Thompson's like kind of big props just so I don't know what exact pick. I know he's big on Davis Thompson. Davis Thompson is minus 115 to beat Aaron Rodgers in a matchup. And I would imagine Sean is all about that. But Davis Thompson plus 3,500 to win the whole tournament. I know he's big on that. I'm just gonna run through like the other stuff. Plus 750 for T10 or T5. T20, he's looking at plus 170. T30, Davis Thompson is looking at a nice, cool plus 100 on T30. I know Sean's playing that. My little plus money little bitch bunny boy. Because he doesn't like positives. He's a little negative guy. Davis Thompson minus 165 for T40. So I feel like even that, I know that's outside our juice range, but I also feel like that's good there. So yeah, shout out Davis Thompson. Otherwise, Max, give us the UFC 303 card in Las Vegas.
T-Bone
Yeah,
Burrito.
Max calling with the picks.
Sorry, I had to get a couple chugs and rips in. Yeah, dude, it's a very underrated card. I know we've had some flip flops, a lot of, especially recently, just so many just cards. Like Macy Barber just dropped out of her fight against Rose, which is in August, I think, first or beginning of August. Um, she just dropped out. I mean, this main card wasn't even supposed to be Pereira, Yuri. It was I forgot who it was supposed to be, but they stepped in once again, did what they did. I'll get to them in a few. I'm going to start off with just one of the top prospects in the UFC. Kind of, I'd say today, or not today, Saturday, he's getting the Bo Nickel treatment at being minus 1600 to win. And that is the man with the hole in his chest, stomach, rib area, whatever, sternum. And that is Peyton Talbot. This dude's an absolute monster. He's a freak. He's just so fun to watch. Um, it's Tuesday night that we're recording. This will be out on Wednesday, so maybe they'll be out. But I don't have any of his, winning methods and stuff odds out. I'm gonna say him to submit or KO, or maybe just even just do a straight KO. Is gonna be a very good one. It's probably still gonna be minus like 150 for just a straight up KO, if I'm gonna be honest. But this dude's an absolute monster. He's gonna be climbing the ranks and very fun guy to watch.
Max, quick just note, you know who was supposed to fight today or this weekend?
I forgot. No, that's why I just kind of pushed it off. Oh,
It's a
there's
guy.
McGregor. Yeah, it was McGregor Chandler. That's right.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that? Do you wanna any I mean, do we even know what's actually going on? Is McGregor a drunk or a drug addict, or does he actually have a toe issue?
He's got a broken toe, but well, I'll give him credit.
That's his toe. Are we sure that's his toe?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You don't, yeah, you don't know. I will say, I mean, honestly, and
I
he
feel like
came
he
out
got
and was like,
drunk.
he's like, I'm not fighting on an injury ever again. Like, I'm not just doing this just to get out there, which is pointing at the Poirier fight where he literally snapped his leg in half because it was already semi-fractured or whatever, had a little hairline in it already.
Totally fair.
The toe is not fun. I broke the absolute fuck out of my pinky toe, and it still sucked for like a month. It was just terrible. I would not want to step in the octagon. I'll give him benefit of the doubt, but also you can't be going absolute ham in the club and then all of a sudden be like, no, my toe's broken. You're like, wait, what? So whatever, Sam has his hand raised. What's up?
I have a theory. I feel like he got drunk or was fucked up on drugs and did something to his toe to break it.
Probably, yeah. That someone
That's
was
what I think.
like
I don't
kicked the
think it was
pole.
training. I think he dropped something on his toe, broke his toe. He was drunk when he did it, but it was like, yo, did you break something or are you drunk? And he's like, both. And
Yeah,
then Dana White was just like, all right, let's just fuck it.
yeah. Another thing could be him not wanting to fail a drug test for a certain. substance. Um,
Max, I would let if I was worried about that, I would let you put a hammer to my toe, my pinky toe. Put a
that
hammer to my pinky toe so I don't have to take a drug test and lose millions of dollars. It's like, would you cut your toe off for $1 million? It's like, I don't know, a million could go a long way.
as long as it's not the big toe.
Oh yeah, yeah. Pinky toe, dude. My pinky toe's already like dormant. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think it serves a purpose other than to be stubbed. I'm not even joking. I think I only stubbed my pinky toe, and it's just like broken and like it's like, but it's like it doesn't even work. Like it's just like there.
No,
It has
that's what,
no.
dude. My foot was like this, and then my pinky toe was like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh fuck my fucking pinky toe, dude.
I think I was absolutely hammered.
I wish we could plug that video into this spot right here. If you have it, send it to me. Maybe I'll try it.
Okay, I definitely have it, so I'll try.
Oh yeah,
Um,
send it to me. I'll see if I can put it into the spot. That'd be fucking hilarious. Oh fuck, dude, my foot. Yeah.
uh,
Oh shit, this shit is fucked up, dude. It was like this, too. It was
oh,
like this. It was like this. Like if this was my ear, it was just like complete opposite turned around. It was like
yeah, it was bad. That fucking house. Oh,
that fucking house. You guys. All right, sorry. Where were you next? I don't even know where you were at.
no. Peyton Talbot.
Still on
Go for
Peyton.
like a KO. Like honestly, take a KO if the odds aren't that much worse. I don't think he's that much of a grappler, but guys can surprise you, and I just don't feel like it's going to decision. So he could knock him down and then just pull like a quick arm bar, or just like a simple thing while the guy's down. Um,
Yep.
so and not to go the distance is probably going to be hyped up to like minus 500. So you got to look at the winning method for Peyton. Um, so that one I can't say much because again, minus 1600 is a little bow nickel treatment. There's nothing you're gonna find good odd wise. You just got to find something and parlay it. But other than that, we'll jump to the prelims.
Yeah, man.
And that's going to be you have it written down, so I'll throw it out there. Cub Swanson, a well-known vet,
Yep.
is fighting Andre Feely. Um, Feely's favored minus 250 over Swanson's plus 205. If I'm a UFC fan, I'm just throwing a little bit on Cub just for the fun of it. It's not a fight I'd particularly bet on, but if you're a UFC guy, I'm sure you're probably gonna be throwing a little sprinkle on Cub.
I mean, Max, I mean, you have Cubs and Dansby, Swanson.
Exactly.
That was actually what I wrote down. I just did I did Cub and then I did a parentheses S/Swanson. So
That's
good. Why not?
yeah. And then we've got Joe Pfeiffer fighting Marc-Andre Barrial. And I mean, dude, Marc-Andre's a fucking baller. He is a very good fighter. I think the last time we saw him, he knocked the guy out in the first round. I don't have it pulled up. I don't know why, but um,
Pfeiffer?
no,
Oh,
Barry.
Barry. All right. Yep. I'll try and pull it up.
He's Canadian. He's French Canadian, so it's like Beirut. I'm pretty sure.
All from Quebec.
Yeah. God, I can't even find MMA on. Sorry. But that's not a fight I'm also really particularly looking at. Um, I think the odds are kind of crazy that I'm looking at. Where am I looking at? There he is. Oh, damn, he shaved his head. All right,
Oh,
no,
what?
no, I'm sorry. There's another burial. That's crazy. This is
Oh,
not
who?
what I'm thinking of. Now that I'm looking at him, this is not the guy I'm thinking of. Um, disregard everything I said. I will not be touching this fight. But Joe Pfeiffer is a beast. Pfeiffer.
Piper. He did he pay the Piper? All right, I'll go.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking A. I'm trying to, dude, I'm trying to pull up Cub Swanson shit. Dude, my data is poopy. Uh, um,
No,
okay.
I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
really gonna fight, if I'm gonna be honest. I don't know.
Okay.
There's another bear. But we move forward and we move on to Ian Mukako Gary
Mukaku.
versus Michael Venom Page. This fight's gonna be real fun. I hope. It could be the absolute most bullshit, boring, fucking two just fuck twads just fucking around in the ring. Or it could just be an all-out barn burner. And for that reason, I'm going Michael Venom Page at the underdog. Ian Gary has been fighting like a little pussy these past couple. Also just completely like changed his personality and just become a little fucktwad. Um, I can't be a fan of Ian Machado. He's now Machado. He took never mind. I'm not
Mukaku.
even gonna finish that sentence because I am gonna keep it nice. He just Ian Gary fucking pisses me off. He's just especially after that Neil Magny fight, dude. It just lost. He lost me. He lost me there. Michael Van Page. Granted, we expected something bigger and better than him in his UFC debut, but he wanted to win his UFC debut. He wanted to play it a little safer. I think he's going to want to knock Ian Gary out, show that he is one of the best coming from the PFL. He's like, I can compete with all you fuckers that think you're better than the PFL, which
Yeah.
there's not. I mean, they're pretty close in competition. So give me Michael Venom Page at that plus 120 because this might just be the last fight that you get Venom Page at plus money until his title shot.
Oh, Max, bring the heat, bro. I did not. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I did not expect that. I thought you were. I know you've been frustrated with Makaku or Makaka, but damn, I didn't know you felt that type of way. I like it though.
Yeah,
Ooh, what did Kale Sonnen say? That's what I want to see.
that's funny. I don't know. Chael probably said something hilarious. I love
Oh,
Chael.
Chael, sorry. No, I know that's Chael. That was just damn it.
I let it go. It looked like you were drinking a bottle of piss for a sec because the water got in the green screen.
Not yet. It'll be piss here in a little bit, but um,
Keep it on though. Um,
I'm a big fuck.
any
Uh,
questions, comments on that fight?
I do have a question, but my data source is being very fucking slow. So you said Michael Page has only been in the PFL for how long?
He was in the PFL for a decent bit.
Or
Um,
sorry, he's only been in the UFC for a little bit, is what you're saying.
yeah, his UFC debut was against Holland. You remember that?
Yep, I do remember that. I didn't know that was his UFC debut. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, god damn it, Bellator, not PFL.
No, I knew what you meant though. I love that though. I think that's fucking awesome. All right. Well, yeah. Max, there's a couple other guys I know you are fans of, so I'm not gonna stop the train too much. Keep talking. What do we like for the rest of the card?
um, I like. I'm just gonna skim over this. Bueno Silva. I doubted her last fight, and she won. So I think I'm gonna pick her again. If I had to pick one of these against Chasen, um, but skip over her. and no offense, I just don't know too much about him. Anthony Smith and Doladize. This is super unfortunate. This was supposed to be Jamal Hill versus Khalil Roundtree, which would have been a great fight. I mean, Jamal Hill is such a little fucker, and
He
uh,
is a fucker, dude.
and Khalil's a monster. I love Khalil. I think he's a great fighter. I would have loved to see Hill just get shit housed by him. But we got fucking Anthony Smith coming in here. Just always gonna be here. I don't know if he'll ever retire, but maybe he's just trying to get 40 wins and then be done. So I don't hate him at plus 125 uh versus Doladize's minus 150.
Okay, sweet.
Anthony Smith, we saw him come out and win in his last fight against Petri. Oh, I swallowed something. Versus Petrino. But he's 2-3 out of his last five. But he also fought Khalil Roundtree, who I just mentioned, Johnny Walker, and Hank Goliath, who are all his losses.
Oh,
He beat
really
Ryan,
solid.
he beat Ryan Spain before losing to Roundtree and then beating Petrino. So he's still got it in him. I mean, Ryan Spain's not a bad fighter at all. So I just like that underdog. You know, these older guys, they somehow, or not somehow, they sometimes get that veteran. They're just like, oh, I know what he's about to do. Boom, 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 and then it's just done. So you know that he's only 35. I'm talking like he's like way older, but still for fighting, that's still pretty old. So I do like that plus money, Anthony Smith. You know, it's not going to be the favorites every time, even though I've said all three underdogs are going to win for the first three main cards.
I was
Um,
just gonna say that. Yep.
so that's that. But any questions on that Anthony one?
No, no. About what I checked out, I was gonna say the Machado Gary one was the surprise, but I'm not surprised we went Anthony Smith. I'm all about Anthony Smith. Why not?
Exactly.
What do you think about the last two, man? I think I know where you're going with the main title fight, but this Ortega Diego Lopez, I know you're big on both. And so I want to hear your thought process on what you're doing on this one.
Dude, it is so,
It's
so
like the only thing that could have made this worse, Max, is like I feel like Diego Lopez. Sorry, I don't want to. Before you get rolling, I want to say this because I know you've been a big Ortega guy. I know Ortega fights Moreno, right? Is that the same weight class?
no, he's in like Volk at Holloway.
That's what it is. Okay, I was thinking Ortega. No, Ortega is he's Mexican, and so is Moreno.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think they
Rodriguez,
fought on.
who he just fought.
Yep. So they fought. Okay, that's what it was.
Rodriguez is probably the Mexican you were thinking of.
I was thinking that Moreno was like the title holder of this weight class between Lopez because I know you've gone ham on Lopez. You've also liked Ortega, so
Yeah.
I like them both. But sorry, I thought I got it mixed up. But continue.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're right. So last fight, he fought Yair, and I did mention that he would submit him. I said, if you're going to do anything for Brian Ortega, it's going to be submit. He submitted him a minute into the third round, and he's coming back fighting an absolute firecracker of a Brazilian and Diego Lopez. He is a very scary man. He is on the come up. He is about, let's see how much younger he is. Not that much younger. He's only 4 years younger. But he's on the come up. He wants the belt. Not saying Ortega doesn't want it, but dude, I'm gonna have to go Diego. Like this is one. For some reason, I was saying Ortega against Yair, who I think is probably a little better fighter than Diego, but it's just one of those things where they kind of are throwing Brian to the wolves right now, and not a fan of it. But you got to do what you got to do. Maybe he can make something of it, but give me Diego Lopez. I mean, this dude is just a world class fighter right now. Sure, you can come at me and say he really hasn't fought people. I mean, Yusuf isn't a bad fighter at all, but um, this is his true test. So, a lot of guys we've seen not really win for their first true test, but I think Diego can get this done. I just saw a picture of him last week, dude. He looks like a fucking monster, just absolutely shredded, ready to go.
Yeah. Um, uh, this one, I don't even know, dude. I was so torn on this one. I was like, I'm just gonna see what Max thinks because I do like Ortega a lot, so I love that analysis. And Max, give us the beans, but I'll just tell you that I won like $600 off Pereira in the last Pereira fight. So I know where my bread is buttered and I'm not going to question it, but maybe convince me otherwise or convince me that my entire house mortgage should be on Pereira.
Okay. Um, I fucking love Yuri, dude. He is definitely a fan favorite. He's just a crazy Czech and is just a great fighter, dude. Um, I will say I think this fight's gonna last longer than the last one. I truly can't. I'm gonna go Pereira. I mean, I have to go Pereira by knockout, um, which I don't have the odds at, which I've mentioned. But
We'll
I do,
post later.
it's Pereira is just actually different. Everyone, not everyone really, but like people can make fun of him and say he's just got this one simple thing. It's mostly all the fighters that are like, what? He's like a weight bully and he fucking only has like one move and just kicks legs and all this shit. But that's what Jamal Hill was saying, whole camp and just got bopped. Uh Pereira is an amazing fighter, dude. He's just like I'm not why fix it if it ain't broke? I mean, there's just no need. I think Yuri lasts longer. He agreed that it was a fine call from their last fight that it wasn't called early. He was out. He was like, I was out, but I was gonna keep going, which is just such like you can't
That's
not love
just, yeah, that's like a UFC. Yeah, that's like, yeah, you expect that answer.
Exactly. So, if I had to, obviously I'm going to go Pereira, dude. He is just a beast. I love him. He's so fucking awesome. Just Shama. Um, so there's not much more I can say. I could just keep talking and kissing ass, but I'm gonna do Pereira TKO KO.
You know
As
where
well,
I'm at.
his money line is going to be in a parlay just because it's tasty enough to easily be just like
I mean,
him and
I
Diego. Him
might,
and Diego.
I was just gonna say I might do Pereira very heavily and then do a Pereira Lopez parlay, and then I would probably do like a fun Page, Barry Alt, Swanson, Smith parlay, all the plus money guys. So like plus, let me see if I can do that real quick on the DraftKings
Don't
real
do
quick.
burial because that's what I was saying. I thought it was different burial.
Okay, so I'll do a Swanson, Page, Smith. Let me see. See if it actually does it at the speed I'm asking it to. if we did a Paige Swanson Smith parlay, it would be plus 1378.
I like that.
I don't hate that one bit. You know how UFC is, Max. It's a shit show when it comes to like odds and stuff. Like one day, all the like literally it could be UFC 301, all the favorites win, and then UFC 302, all the dogs win. Like it is that kind of like it's not like some win, some die. Like it is legit. Like I swear, every time I think I know what I'm doing, I never know what I'm doing. But that's why I go to you and Seth. So, and that's why I don't make money being a UFC better. But that's okay. Anything else you wanna hit on UFC 303 before we move on to Europa and or sorry, Euro 2024, not Europa, Euro 2024 and Copa America real quick?
No, I think we're good.
Sweet. Let's do it, Max. Talking Copa and Euro. Euro, I don't have a ton to talk about. And reason being is that most of the groups are locked up. By the time you guys are listening, most of the first round will be done. So I don't really know what we've got here. But yeah. So that's one thing. The other thing I'm looking at, hold on one sec.
Um,
No, sorry, my fucking computer is fucked. I'm trying to like pull up the odds for Europa and shit. Europa's not going to be worthy, but the US plays Panama on Thursday, and that's going to be a good game. I think the main thing, Max, I'll note, where is like if you've got you're looking at anytime goal scoring. We don't know the lineup yet for Thursday. So by the time you guys see this, you probably still won't know. I would say that's my biggest advice from a soccer betting is like make sure your guys are in the lineup. Like don't do props unless you know that your person is starting. Um, that's one thing. I would say like US Panama, there's nothing I really love odds wise. I think their over goals is 1.5 at minus 185. We probably should score 2 goals against Panama, but at the same time, minus 185 is a lot of juice. So I don't see us throwing three. We are, as long as we tie this game, we should be fine to get through Copa America. So I don't know that we're trying to put up like a 6-1 matchup, and I could see us putting in other guys at the end. So like I don't really love like any of the over-unders. I think over-unders 2.5. It's like over 2.5 is like minus 120. Don't really love that, if I'll be honest. We beat Bolivia 2-0, and Bolivia sucks fucking balls. Um
yeah.
So I don't really like that. Low key, I don't hate a Paraguay like over 1 goal or over half a goal to score one. I could see them getting a goal. It's like plus 110 or 105 or 100 or something last time I checked. I don't hate that, but I'll be honest with you, Max. I'm still fucking bitter about my group winners parlay on the Euro front. So I'm gonna try not to overreact, but anything soccer wise you see, we're just gonna brush up on it and get to the bread and butter of the NBA draft. But like soccer is it's too so by the time you guys listen, most of the games on Wednesday will be done. So it'll be Thursday. And Thursday games is US game, and then Uruguay's playing a game that they should win. There's a bunch of games that people should win. So by the time it rolls around, by the time you're listening, where it really matters is US Uruguay. And that's on, I think it's I think it's Saturday or Sunday. We're playing Uruguay. And if you don't do Uruguay money line to beat US, then you're fucking stupid. And I know it's July 1st and you're supposed to bet on the Americans. We will get our ass beat by Uruguay. They looked great this past day against Paraguay. 3-1, yeah. Darwin Nunez, Luis Suarez. They've got guys. Araujo in the center back position. Uruguay is going to beat us in the group. We will get through, but US, what are we going to do, Max? I don't know. Sorry, I'm just rambling, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Anything I say soccer wise is not good. And if you want to fade it, that's great. But at the same time, if you fade it, and I actually am right, don't get mad at me. But I've just been ice cold. I don't know shit about soccer. I thought I did. I don't.
Yeah.
Bet ties. Lots of ties. Like,
True.
I will say, Max, though, I do have one bet. Mexico. I think it's Thursday night playing Venezuela. They are plus 120 to win. I think Mexico wins that game. And it's plus money. So that is the only actual play I have for soccer. And I hate it because Mexico is US's biggest rivalry, but plus
That's
120.
tomorrow night.
Okay, so by the time people listen, that should be okay. If you listen, go Mexico money line. If you don't, that's not my problem.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Max. Last thing, certainly not least, is the NBA talk. I'm gonna just kind of rattle off some NBA just background and everything for the people because there is a lot of work to be done here. Um, I guess for starters, people who aren't listening, it's gonna be a 1-2 battle. And it's not really close. And Sam, what do you mean by that? Um, Alex Sarr, who is projected a top 1 or 2 pick of this draft, has not worked out or agreed to work out with the Hawks at number 1. And that's what they're picking at. Pretty self-explanatory in the way that this draft will go then. That being said, we have Zachary Risachet from France, and he is a stud, 6'9", 6'9.5" wingspan, lanky, small forward, power forward, shooting, whatever you want to put him at, he will be able to do it. He's French. And if we know anything about any guys who are lanky and Frenchmen, as of recently, Mr. Victor Wembanyama, we've got Boris Diaw, we've got Tony Parker, we've got plenty of great French players in the league. We have no issues with Risachet going to the Atlanta Hawks at 1. We've also got Alexander Sarr at number 2 with the Wizards. He actually has refused to work out with the Hawks. So everyone's starting to think that Alex Sarr is kind of like commanding himself at number 2 for the Wiz. He's 7'1", 7'4" wingspan, and a 9-foot standing reach. So the man can basically dunk without having to jump. He is just a little shorter than Victor Wembanyama, but he's going to go number 2 to the Wizards. And so based on what's been reported, what's been seen, you look at the odds, according to FanDuel, as of basically before we started recording this podcast, Risachet is going to go to the Atlanta Hawks. He's minus 250. And I'll be honest with you, if the draft's happening on Thursday, it's only going to get worse. Like, it's going to go from 250 to minus 700 by the time you listen to this. By the time you listen to this, it will be worse than minus 250. I promise you that. It'll be at minimum minus 300. It could be worse than that. But basically, we do have 1 and 2 decided at Risachet and Sarr. Sorry, too much. But that being said, there is a lot of other things to talk about after 1 and 2 with Atlanta and Washington. There's a ton of good talent in this draft. I will say, Max, just looking at the talent, I don't know how the fuck people are going to fit into these teams. There's a lot of weird there's guys who I really like who I don't know how they're gonna fit, or teams I really like who I don't know how they're gonna fit certain people in. But other than 1 and 2 between Ricochet and Shar, is there anyone like first round or second round, honestly, just anyone that you're interested to see get drafted? Like, who are you intrigued by in this draft? It doesn't have to be like the next pick. It can just be anyone that you want to see because we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you could or question like, like where is Dillingham from Kentucky gonna go? And Dalton Connect, who had a great tournament, but is he gonna be able to transfer his skills to the NBA? And he's ranked pretty high. He's in the top 10 for prospects, but like you look at the guys that either like Rob Dillingham had a questionable tournament. You get me? And he didn't. I mean, I think he still had like 20 points or something, but um, or guys that you might just question if their skill would transfer, like Dalton Connect. Klingon is another guy that you look at. I mean, I mean, he's the what 7 fucking foot, 7'1".
A lot of 7 footers today or in this draft.
Yeah, so I think Klingon will be interesting to see how he does. We saw fuck, dude. Trying another tall white center. Not Michigan. Fuck. Where did he go?
You talking about Dickinson, Kansas?
No, because I know he's staying, but
Oh, you're talking draft.
yeah, like a guy that's been in the league for 2 years that was super good in college, but just like I'm not gonna waste time. But
Zach Edey.
no, he hasn't been in fucking no. I'm saying a guy that's been drafted for 2 years. He's been in the league for 2 years and was good in college, but I'm not.
Chet.
No, because Chet's fucking nasty. I'm saying there's a guy that's not good but was good. Um, God, it's on the tip of my tongue too. Um, but we move on. Kellen Walker or Keller Walker, Walker Keller. Jesus.
Walker Kessler.
Kessler, Jesus.
There we go. Dude, we had to scratch the itch before we
Yeah, I
could.
know. I know. I
Fun?
I saw Auburn. I saw his picture pull up in my head. I was like, Walker Kessler. Well, that's not what I said. I said Walker Kellen or Kellen Walker, but still,
Yeah, 100%.
that's guy where it's like, well, he's a big boy, but he really doesn't have a lot of skill. He was just kind of big boying people, which you could say for um Klingon and even Zach Edey, who you mentioned. But
Yep.
yeah, so I don't know. Honestly, these prospects, and it's not even like I didn't watch college basketball. Like I fucking watched college basketball, but it's like these guys, I don't even know. Like I mean, at this point, we have like you said, the Frenchman and the Australian and G Leaguer guys now. It's just draft has changed. I feel like all these prospects just all of a sudden last month before draft just pop up and you're like, well, fuck, where did this guy come from? I guess
Yeah.
he's a big, big basketball guy. I'm sure there's probably some people who are like, how did you not know him? But I did not know him because I either watch college basketball or a little NBA. I
I
mean,
mean, I'll be honest, I could probably run through like the entire class, like the entire 100 people that are eligible for a draft. Um, but I won't. And Max, I wrote down I did this just because I knew exactly what you were gonna say. I just wrote down guys. And guys, I'm looking forward to seeing get drafted and seeing where they get picked. So I'm gonna just look at the obvious one that you already named, Rob Dillingham. I think he's good. Actually, quick half step back. Chicago. Number 11. Where do you want that pick? Who would you like at that number 11? I want to talk about that first, and then we'll get into the rest of the picks.
I mean, we just got rid of Russo, but we still have AO and Kobe, Jesus.
Mhm.
And Zach. I did probably big man. Honestly, I'd like to see a big man happen, but looking in that 11 range, it's not
Edie
too
will be
much.
there.
Maybe Edie, yeah, I could
He'll
see
be
it.
there.
Edie.
He'll be
I mean, might as well. After I kind of just question if he will be able to do anything, but yeah, I think Zach Edey would be great because I don't like Vucevic, and that'd be
there.
cool. New center.
And trade him away for some picks. I've looked at some mock drafts. Actually, one guy I would love, and I know you have bet on this team, Max. Providence, Devin Carter. He would be a great
Yeah,
replacement for Caruso. Very good on the defensive front. Easily could run our second team if he wanted to eventually into the first and like get it into that. But at least from a plug and play, he can play tomorrow.
yeah, that's true. That would be a good one too.
Yeah, so I like that. So yeah, I just wrote down guys I'm looking forward to getting drafted. I mean, I think the obvious is like Dillingham, Reed Shepard, Stephon Castle, Zach Edey.
Next,
Guys I really want to see and I'm interested in is like a Tyler Kolek. Um,
yeah,
Not going to be anything crazy. Going to be a solid, deep, second team guy. A guy I really loved in college who's banged up, Jamal Shed from Houston. I think he could make some second team noise. And then one more guy, and I just want to say it now before it gets crazy, but Baylor Shireman from Creighton. He's like 6'9". He can shoot the three ball. He can defend. I think he's not gonna be a starter. He's going to get minutes as a rookie though. And we will be like, yeah, is he in the race for rookie of the year? I don't know. But he shoots 65% from three. So it doesn't matter. But yeah, so those are my guys that I'm excited about. I mean, I can sit here and Max, to be honest with you, we talked about it before the podcast. Probably a little easier to talk about like who got drafted where, because I feel like fit is a huge thing with the NBA. And so we don't want to get too into mock drafty kind of shit on the NBA. We're gonna see who gets drafted where, and then next week we will tell you what we like. Because you remember a guy that I said I liked last year in the draft who got drafted to the Mavericks. He was like this lanky, tall guy from Duke who ended up playing really well. I think it was Derek Lively. That might have been my favorite rookie draft pick of the entire draft. I can't remember, but just
yeah,
saying, just saying. I love what they did there. But yeah, to your point, like Max, we'll get into see who goes where, but there's no point in wasting time on a mock draft on the NBA when we don't. I'll be honest with you. It's not like the NFL mock draft. It's not the
not
same.
even close.
Not even close. So we'll see where the NBA mock goes. We will absolutely give you guys a recap and see what we like and maybe guys that we're looking at. Who's the next Derek Lively of the group? But yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, Max. Jam-packed weekend. We got the 4th of July following that. We got plenty of baseball. I don't have much notes left, but I feel like I mean, what else? Anything else?
No, we mentioned Dalton Connect, so I'll say shout out the baseball Bulls for winning the World Series.
Yep. Yep. Totally.
It's a fun tournament. That was good to watch. Unfortunate that it was the same night as the Game 7 of the Stanley Cup, but
Yeah, it's like if you bet the Panthers in Tennessee, it's fortunate, but otherwise it's
yeah.
so.
But no, sports are still rolling. We're still here. We got stuff all year round, baby.
Oh, we don't stop. The
We ain't
gambling.
fucking leaving.
Yeah, we're not leaving. I mean, you guys know NFL's bread and butter, basketball's bread and butter, but I'll tell you what, Max knows his shit on UFC. He's been real solid. Golf, I don't have the exact record, but I feel like we've been doing pretty fucking solid on the golf front.
Yeah.
Or
I
at
think-
least close. Like our misses aren't like bad. I had a couple bad misses, hand up. Like JT US Open was bad. That was stupid, but
It happens.
shit happens. So, Two Brothers Sports Podcast. The two brothers. I don't know. Fuck.
Dude, because I mean I'm different on my screen, so you might just be pointing to nothing. Come, fucking recording.
Thanks everyone for listening. Thanks, love you, dude. Everyone will
Yeah.
post. We'll post golf picks before the end of Wednesday, and then Max, anything UFC. I'm gonna hold off. Like anyone who wants to listen to the early odds for Max's UFC picks, jump on them. But we're gonna do a little post. I'll throw in maybe a couple too.
Yeah.
We're gonna post golf picks before Thursday. Again, for those of you that don't listen and you just want to take our picks and run with it, that's fine. Just credit us. But if not, we will post them again. We will also post UFC picks when Max is able to get some more method props because that's really where we're going to make our money. And we all know that, but you know who to hit up. It's Max and Sam. Sean, when he's here. Love everyone. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend. And you know what, Max? I'll say this one more thing. If we don't end up podcasting next week, it's because we're at the lake on a family trip. And maybe we'll send you guys picks, but we might not be podcasting next week. If we do, just know that we're doing it out of love. And it's not because we want to, it's because we have to for you. But we're gonna be on vacation.
Not doing it, it's because we need a break from you fuckers. But
Yeah, mom and dad are driving us fucking insane. And we'll do it from the dock too. So we'll have a good fucking cool background with some fireworks and some drunk assholes. So
oh yeah.
and I'm not talking about myself, but I might be in that group too. So we'll see.
Yeah. Fuck it. Sorry for yawning. Jesus.
Nope. We're on the way out, Max. Love you, buddy. Thanks everyone for listening. We'll talk soon.
Thanks, guys.